Hello people, my name is Meatloaf Man, and welcome to Bloodbath. This is a pretty big jump. I just beat Falling Up. Well, actually no, I beat it in May, but I just dropped the video yesterday. I just decided we're just gonna jump to Bloodbath. Some people don't consider it a jump. It is significantly harder than Falling Up, man. I've always wanted to beat this level. This is like my final dream level for Geometry Dash. After this, I'm gonna slow down on the game a lot, but yeah, here we are. Now, with the other Extreme Demons I beat, I pre-practiced them heavily before recording, you know. I just didn't feel like recording until I had like 60% in both of them. But for Bloodbath, I only have 18. I did do some pre-practice. I call it Bloodbath Denny for obvious reasons. I did do some pre-practice, but that pre-practice is nothing because all I did was, you know, get a hang of the level. All I did was learn it, and there are 3 really hard parts that I decided to practice because the video would just be boring if it's just learn these parts, learn these parts. One of them happens to be at the beginning, one of them is in the middle, one of them's in the end. But yeah, so we're playing Bloodbath now. Without further ado, let's just hop into a practice run. So there are 10 parts of this level. The first one is called Wio Wio Tia. Okay, I can't tell. All of these parts are named after the creators that made them. Probably the most iconic part in Bloodbath has the entry ship in it. Oh my god, that's a horrible thing. So what I like to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're in this straight fly. Ooh, blitzed it. Okay, I'm kind of going off with this. That ball is very complicated. I'm gonna run it back again. Everyone knows the straight fly, but 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This next part is Vermilion. This is a lot harder than Wio's part. This is not straight fly, this is just pure ship control. Let me just lock in and show you guys what this part looks like. And then here is Vermilion's ball, which is, in my opinion, the hardest part about the intro. You have to lock in so hard to beat this. Oh, I just did it. Okay. And this next part, we're going into Michigan, which I want to talk before I get into it, because to a lot of people, including me from what I practiced so far, this is the hardest part of Bloodbath. My first time beating this part took me like 300 attempts. Triple spikes are the easiest part. The straight fly, which the straight fly isn't that bad. This UFO is to a lot of people the hardest part of Michigan. It probably is to me in this wave here. So yeah, that was Michigan. I'm gonna try and do the full thing now. Yes! 100th times the charm, bro. So the next part here is called Evasium, again by the creator. Rest in peace, Michigan, by the way. He's a GOAT. I actually really like that part. But this is one of my favorite parts in the level because it's super fun, but also just super skill-based. The click pattern is so satisfying. But I would say it's one of the easier parts, though. Like, look at that. Oh my god, that's beautiful. This part gets super consistent when you get good at it. This next part is very well known for Bloodbath. It's called Crack. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying that because this is gonna be like very weird things like I love Crack. Contending with Michigan is the hardest part of Bloodbath. It's like still close with them for me. This is just another skill-based ship section. The decoration here is super iconic. I love Crack's part. So this is another one where I'm just gonna lock in and beat it. Let's go, I did it. This next part is probably considered the easiest part in Bloodbath. It's called A Sonic Man. This is the first creator here that I've never heard of, but you know, it's a pretty easy part. It's also just very click pattern based. It's a UFO, so yeah. Look at this. And then this ball here is the harder part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This UFO I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, boom, 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 boom. There are spikes on the edges of these blocks here. That's the hardest click of A Sonic Man, but once you get past that, you're good. A few fake orbs. Here I like to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and here we're at the last really hard part of the level. This is Etzer's part. I don't think it's quite as hard as Crack and Michigan, but I think it's still a very hard part. You start with a UFO because this has hard UFO, and then it's a ship. There's a lot of fakes in this part. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, dun 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 dun. And then you go under the orb there. And then now I think I'm just gonna lock in, stop explaining it. Look at that. Look at me, bro. I think this UFO is pretty easy, but to me, it's the ship that I find trouble with Etzer. But the end straight fly, I'm actually good at. You have to hit that orb, sends you to a blue gravity portal, and then do this straight fly. I expected this to be really hard. It's actually not that bad. This Havoc part is very easy, like probably the second easiest part of the level. Just a few ball timings. Hey, just so you know, that part right there in between the ball timings and me saying it's an easy part was a cut. The smoothest cut ever, and it was unintentional. Alright, moving on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's Havoc's part. Let me do that all together. So easy, oh my god. And then this next part is Giron's part. It's actually pretty tough. This is like the only wave, like the only actual wave part in this level, which this is a 1.9 level, so I'm surprised. Yeah, this is a very ship carried level. But that wave, I'm gonna show it again. It's not that bad. You just kind of spam your way through it. Let me alternate. I'm not good at alternating. But this ship in Giron, for being at the very end of the level, is very hard. So you have to go like very narrowly. You have to fly in a diagonal without hitting that spike, and then you have to hit the yellow orb just enough and then hit that pink orb in the portal very late, and then you kind of just, you know, hold into the portals from there, straight fly. You know, you just hit those 2 orbs and you have to let go right, but it's actually tight. That blue orb, you have to hit it and jump as the mini one right before the big one hits the ground. So because there's a spike above the big one, so where if you keep holding, boom. And as the song calms down here, G-Boy's part, this is the 10th and final part. It's so iconic. I love the piano, like how it just calms down. It gets your nerves going so much. This ending is a masterpiece. It's so slow compared to the very fast-paced level that is Bloodbath. It's very precise with the timings. You start with this ball timing. You have to jump in the ship, jump in the UFO portal, I can't talk, as soon as you land in it, but late enough so that you could hit that blue orb. This upside down straight fly I'm so scared of. I might die at the ending because of it. And then there's a memory ball here. Let me hit the Michigan route. Oh, I did it. I think that's a 60 FPS frame perfect. But how I'm actually going to beat the level is this final triple spike, which is made by Riot. It's technically the 11th part. I'm not going to count it because, like, come on. 317 attempts in practice mode. Now, if I wasn't just explaining to you, I probably could have done this in like 100. Probably less. But, you know, I tried to get a good explanation for the level. And yeah, that's Bloodbath. It's pretty lengthy, minute and 52. But without wasting any time, the first run I want to get on this level with my Denny pre-practice copy is... I'm not sitting for this script segment this time because I feel extra jolly today. And you may be wondering why I just stopped you after the practice run. Well, it's because I'm doing a different system for Bloodbath this time. Alright, so obviously, the following up video, it was like a 48-minute video, and it took forever to come out. It went through editing hell for like 2 months, almost 3 months. And that was only 4 sessions. And Bloodbath is obviously going to take a lot more than 4 sessions. And you may think it's because I suck at editing. It kind of is. Well, it's more because this new highlights type of video is kind of new to me, and I'm not sure what to include and not to include yet, even though some people are naturals at it. You have to remember, I make all this stuff by myself with no team. So, yeah. I'm retiring the format. Instead, choosing to do weekly reports of Bloodbath, kind of like Grief, but instead of like actual calendar weeks, I'm gonna go by every 7 sessions because school's coming up. There could be days I just cannot play. These mini following ups will obviously be shorter. They'll still consist of funny clips, yeah, notable runs, records, and goals that I wanted for that week, but a lot smaller. And by the way, Throughout the grind, I will have a stats report at the end of every week that shows my attempts, playtime, if I achieved the goals that I wanted that week, my best runs, and stuff like that.
Psst, that was inspired by Chill Guy. Good luck on Eternus, buddy.
I do still intend to make a final video, but expect that to be more of like a montage of new bests, and maybe some things that I didn't include in the other videos, or if I finish that in like the middle of the week. I just realized I wasn't holding my mic the whole time. But anyway, this means a lot to me because Bloodbath has always kind of been my end goal with this game. I'm not saying I'm retiring, I'm just saying that if I'd quit after this level, I'd still be satisfied. This level is also significantly harder than any other level I've ever beaten in this game. So without saying much more, and without this stupid fit, hold on. I'll see you guys in the next weekly report. That's about it. Swagger!